Hey crafters, Jessie Katz Greenberg here, and today we are making this adorable, layered, detailed felt Seder plate for Passover. You can use this as table decor, add a ribbon and use it as a wall hanging, which is what I plan to do, incorporate embroidery, stitching, puff paint details. You can really customize this project to be whatever you want it to be. Now, if you are new here, like I said, my name is Jessie Katz Greenberg. I'm a crafting expert from New York. I love paper crafting, fiber art, embroidery, hand lettering, and a lot of seasonal projects. So if that sounds like something you're into, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and comment on this video so you don't miss my upcoming tutorials. As for today's Seder plate project, I have all of the supplies listed below as well as a free template, and be sure to customize this however you would like. I added embroidery and puff paint, but I want to see what you all decide to do to add your own personal touch to this project. Let's get started. First, print and cut my free template, which is linked below. For the plate portion of the template, which is the large circle, you'll want to cut out the 6 smaller circles, but leave the larger circle intact. So you're going to cut out the 6 circles, making 6 holes in the larger piece like this. So in the end, this is what your template will look like. Trace that part of the template onto felt. This will be whatever color felt you want to be the top of your Seder plate. I chose a light spring blue. I'm tracing with a disappearing ink embroidery pen, which I will link below, but you can trace with whatever you have on hand. I like this pen because it will disappear by itself. It'll just erase over time, over the next few days. You could, of course, use something like chalk to trace, or you could use a marker and just make this the back of your piece so you don't see any marker on the front. Then you'll cut this piece out of felt, and you're going to cut this the same way you did the template. So you'll cut out the large circle, and then you can kind of fold and cut a notch inside the smaller circles and cut those out. This way you will again have one large circle with 6 smaller holes cut out of it. You'll notice some details on my printed template. You can add these however you would like, so I chose to add embroidery to this part of the project. Other ideas could be puff paint, which you'll see me use later. You could also use fabric marker or paint marker, anything that will show up on your felt without bleeding. You could even cut out smaller pieces of felt and glue them on so that all of these details are done in teeny tiny pieces of felt. Like I said, I chose to do embroidery, so I'm just going to stitch a running stitch around all of the circles and then around the border of the plate. And I just tie a knot in the back when I run out of thread, and then I'll rethread my needle and continue stitching the running stitch. You can select your own colors for this project. I wanted to stay mostly with bright spring colors, so that's why I'm adding this bright green running stitch border around the edge. Then we have a few more decorative details. You can use the disappearing ink marker again here to draw the details from the template onto your felt. So I have my Star of David here in the center. I'll stitch that in the bright green again, and this time using a back stitch. So each little section of the star is going to be one back stitch. And if you're brand new to embroidery, I do have older tutorials for all of these stitches on my channel. You can check out my embroidery tutorials playlist. For some added detail, I added one chain stitch or lazy daisy stitch in between each point of the Star of David. So a single chain stitch just adds a nice little sort of teardrop shaped decoration. I liked how those looked so much that I decided to add some chain stitch between each of the circles. So I added 3 little chain stitches. So here's the first one. and then there's one to the right and one to the left. It'll look something like this. And then I added that between each of the circles around the border. So in the end, it'll look something like this. Now you'll add a contrasting color backing to your Seder plate. So this is going to fill in all of those circles that we cut out. And we're just going to attach this using Beacon felt glue. I'll link that in the caption as well. You want to use a generous amount of glue. You want to have it go pretty close to the edge, but you don't want huge globs of glue. So I've kept this part of the video in real time, but right about here, we're going to speed it up just so you can see all of the places that I'm adding glue. You can see I'm really getting close to the edge, but not right along the edge. And then you will carefully flip this over to attach it to your backing felt. With this glue, you don't want to really push down hard. The glue is going to soak into the layers of felt itself. So just lightly position and tap it down, make sure it's attached, and then you can set that aside to dry, and we will move on to our Seder plate elements. Starting with our cutie little horseradish, I traced the horseradish onto like a cream colored felt, again using my disappearing ink marker, and then cut that out. A lot of times, like you just saw me do there, I find it easiest to cut the piece off of the larger sheet of felt and then go ahead and cut off all of the tiny details. And then we need the root part of the horseradish to be more of like a brown or gold color, so I traced and cut that out. Then again, using your felt glue, just go ahead and glue those two pieces together. This way you have the golden brown root, and then you have the cream colored white at the top that acts sort of as like the leaves that would come out of the horseradish. Then you're going to glue this whole thing to a bright white piece of felt. This will make sense later. Continue this process with all of your Seder plate elements. So I'm doing the egg on the cream colored felt. I cut the parsley and the romaine out of a dark green felt. And for the romaine, you can go back to your template, cut out sort of the spine of the romaine, and then cut that out of a lighter colored felt. Attach that using your felt glue. This is where you want to be sure that you're not adding too much glue to these teeny tiny detail pieces. Now, a traditional Seder plate would have a shank bone. As a vegetarian, our Seder plate always has a roasted beet in place of the bone. So I'm going to be making a felt beet for my Seder plate, but don't worry, my template has a bone if you want to make the traditional Seder plate elements. And for the beet, I cut out the beet itself out of that rosy pink color, and then I cut out each of the two leaves separately. Now you'll glue all of those elements on the bright white piece of felt where you originally glued your horseradish. Being especially careful with the teeny tiny ones like this parsley, just making sure you don't push down too hard to let any glue spill out over the edge. You just need to lightly position and tap into place, and the glue is going to soak into the felt. The last piece we need is the haroset. So that's this sort of blobby piece, and then I cut out kind of wiggly little brown pieces to act as the nuts, and then small squares of white, red, and gold to act as like the apple and cinnamon. Then you'll just glue all of these individual little pieces to that kind of blob shape that we cut out. And of course, go ahead and glue that to the bright white felt along with everything else. You could leave these as is, but I added some extra details using puff paint. Once again, you could use embroidery, puff paint, fabric marker, whatever you have around that you want to add sweet little details with. I do have all of these details drawn in on my printable template, and you could even draw these like with the disappearing ink marker if you wanted to first, just to get the placement right, but I just sort of went for it. While your puff paint dries, go back to your Seder plate, now that this is dry, and cut it out, leaving a little bit of a border of your backing color around the edge. And once all of the food pieces are completely dry, you'll cut those out as well. I moved a little bit quickly here, so I smudged some of my puff paint, so just make sure that you wait until they're dry. And then when you cut out of the bright white felt, you're going to leave a little bit of a border of white like you see me leaving here. This is just going to add some extra dimension between your vegetables or your food items and the Seder plate background. I used white for my background to leave that little border because I just wanted like a fresh, light and airy spring feeling, but you could use whatever color you want here. Black I think would actually look really fun because it would look like a black outline around everything, but adding that little extra outline from the backing does really help create contrast between the Seder plate and the food on top of it. Now you'll glue everything in place. You could skip this step if you want this to be like an interactive felt Seder plate, but I want everything to just stick together as a decoration, so I'm gluing each piece down. Once that's done, here's what your Seder plate should look like. You could leave it here as a table decoration, but I'm going to go one step further and add a ribbon so I can use it as a wall hanging. So with a generous amount of felt glue, I will add a loop of ribbon at the top. You could always use scissors to help push down the ribbon into the glue so you don't get glue all over your fingers. And then you'll add glue to a small piece of felt, like a 1 by 2 inch, and then slap that on top of the ribbon and let that dry completely before you pick it up. Now you have your felt Seder plate that you can use as table decor. You can keep the pieces separate and use it as an interactive toy, or use it as a wall hanging to keep up all Passover long, which is what I plan on doing. As always, thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like and comment on this video. It really helps out small creators like me. I truly appreciate it. Again, I'm Jessie Katz Greenberg, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting!